DIECAST Norbs is a channel devoted to the teen to adult toy collector, pop culture fans, and fellow nerd enthusiasts. This is a PG-13 channel. I might say some what? Viewer and parental discretion is advised. Hello again, my champions! Hello everyone out there, it's time for another episode of DIECAST Norbs Activate. This is DIECAST Norbs Galactic Hooligan, and I appreciate each and every one of you for coming around. Today is actually one of two shows for the end of year and everything. I'm not exactly sure if I'm actually going to be able to get done with my year-end review for the top 10. I'm still trying to figure out if it's actually going to be top 10 or top 5. I'm pretty sure it's going to be top 10. But right now, I want to review something that I actually got over the Christmas holidays from a friend and extreme hooligan, Ultra Megatronus, and he actually sent me this guy, and I actually opened him for my unboxing, for my hey man, what's in a box. And today I'm actually going to take a good look at this guy because I'm actually really enamored with the colors. It's all the colors, the blinding, retinal burning, speed racer colors that we actually got into this thing, and I love it so much. It burns my retinas, it burns them deep, and I love it. So welcome to the show. Let me take you into this guy, and this is actually thanking two people. Not only is it thanking Ultra Megatronus, but it's also thanking Firetox Designs. Firetox, thank you, brother, because you actually sent me in something that was actually pretty cool. So I'm actually going to put my glasses on, and we're actually going to get into this all together because this is actually a very, very cool review. Let's see how things actually go, if I'm actually going to go to transformation as much, but I'm pretty much going to fly through the whole entire thing because this is actually kind of like a short review more than anything else, because it is actually kind of giving a little bit of what we actually had before with Grimlock, only making him cooler. You know, G2 cooler, 90s colors cooler. Let's get into it. Now, we all love Grimlock. We love him so much, but here he comes romping and stomping into the scene. It's G2 GRIMLOCK right over here. Here goes his box. And first off, I want to take a good look at this G2 box and everything because it's very cool. I love the drawing that actually goes into this and everything. They didn't really use the legacy type of artwork that we actually have been accustomed to or anything like that, but it is actually from Legacy Evolution. He is G2 GRIMLOCK, not the blue version, but this one is actually just striking yellow, and I love it. I could have actually gone for either the blue or the yellow version, and I would have actually been just as happy because I'm actually just in love with both colors, as you can actually see. But look at this guy right over here. He is just really well drawn and everything. Not like necessarily the full photorealistic rendering or anything like that we usually get from these guys, but I love this box so much. If I were a person who actually kept the boxes, I would have actually kept it, but there goes everything that's actually going on over here as far as the renderings that are actually concerned. We actually have our Junkions, there goes our Dinobots and everything like that. I'm pretty sure these are actually the core class Dinobots. There goes Crosscut over there. We actually have a whole lot of great stuff and everything. We actually have the Nemesis over here, Leo Prime right over here and everything. You know, just so much going on into this thing. And I love this artwork. It's actually super dynamic and everything, just being over here. This guy over here actually still reminds me of what we actually got with Sandstorm and everything like that. I kind of wish we actually got like leader class Sandstorm now, but very cool. There he goes on the box with the Toxitron labeling and everything like that, because this actually does come from the Toxitron universe. I don't have Toxitron right now. I'm actually going to wait to pull the trigger on Toxitron and everything, because I've actually got that guy twice over. But here he actually goes in all his yellow badassery and everything, and he is nice. I really love this guy so much. We actually have the blues and the yellows going on in here. Just really striking colors. I love this metallic blue that's actually going on over here. Beautiful to actually behold and everything. We actually have like the Autobot symbol going on in the background over here and everything. You can actually see it. But I still love what they actually did with the chest and everything, giving us this little panel right over here and everything. Just really, really cool stuff. The only thing that I think is actually missing is the fact that we should have, like, I really think that we should have actually gotten an Autobot insignia like we actually have on old school Grimlock over here. I'm kind of like considering adding an Autobot symbol right over here to blend in with the yellow and everything. But just really cool. One thing though that we actually do get with this version is the fact that we actually get like the translucent neck over here. Now, beyond this right over here, we actually have all this gearing that's actually in here that actually just really gets lost in this, you know? And there was a time that I was actually thinking about like taking this off and like replacing it with like one of the other upgrades and everything, because my Grimlock actually comes with like a couple of little upgrades and everything like that. This is actually pre-upgrade before I actually did anything else to this guy, but this guy doesn't need anything whatsoever or anything like that as far as the neck is actually concerned. Because look at this beautiful styling over here. It's just really awesome seeing that whole entire engine right in the neck there. Just very, very cool, and I love it. And I love being able to like finally see like everything that they actually designed right into that neck. He actually still carries the same kind of like almost the same blue that we actually had over here. Yeah, there we go. He actually almost carries the same blue that he actually had over here. Now, my Grimlock actually has his front teeth and everything. I still haven't made any upgrades, nor did I actually make any upgrades to his feet yet or anything like that. But I will, because I think that Grimlock actually should come with all the ferocity that he should actually come with, you know? That's actually very cool. I love it. I love this guy so much. He actually, his articulation follows as he's actually got a twist on the neck joint right over here. He can move all the way up until you snap it in over here. He can actually move all the way down here until you snap that in. His jaw opens up like quite a bit in this mode and everything, so that's actually really great. He's actually blast effects compatible right over here, so that's nice. You actually have 360 right over here on his shoulder. That's actually due to a ball joint, a hinge right over here. Kind of wish he actually had wrist motility also and everything, but like that's okay. He has ratcheted hips that turn into his dino arms. He actually has a turn right over here on his upper thighs that actually becomes his robot, they become his robot biceps. You can actually kick out to about this far. You can bend his legs up to there and everything. He's actually got like a little wiggle room right over here on his toes, and really nothing else and everything like that, because the rest of his body is actually kind of static. So that's pretty much it. You actually have a gun right over here and everything like that. His blaster is actually still the same thing that we actually get with the original Grimlock right over here. And I actually have some non-F Productions things going on over here also and everything. I got the battle sword and everything right there, but you can actually see it's pretty much primarily the same and everything. So that's pretty much it as far as his Dino mode, and I really like this thing a whole lot. Like, let me just get him like all the way over here. He's actually really great. And just like bring in Grimlock right over here all together and open his mouth so you can actually kind of like see kind of like a mirrored image over here. It's really nice. I really love this guy. And shit. Going into transformation of this guy, he's actually still the same way that he was before. You just need to take out the blaster right out of the pegs right on the back and everything, and then just let's start off by closing his mouth, bringing his head all the way back there. We'll actually lift his head, we'll start splitting this, and then we'll just give this lift, or just lift this just a little bit right over here so we can actually see everything over here. We will click this in once, click this in twice, and then bring his robot body all the way up, and then we can actually even do this. We'll actually kind of like bring up the head and then bring this all the way in, click the whole entire upper body right in there. We can split the legs from here, open these up, bring in his tail. There we go. It's actually like, it's a really simple and satisfying transformation. I love a good complicated transformation also, but you know, sometimes with a transformation, it's actually really nice having like a really nice and simple one. When you're actually going over here, make sure that these actually slide over a little bit, because right over here is actually where we're actually going to click right into this piece right here. We will close his legs, bring out his feet, and then we'll actually do the same thing right over here. We'll slide this over, close his legs, and then bring out his heel. And then last but not least, we will actually bring out his hands. And there we go. And then once we actually finish that off, we just click them in. Mine is actually like, mine is a little bit hard to click in and everything, but once we actually finish that off, we just want to bring the head all the way to the back. You actually have a peg that goes right over here. And there we actually have Grimlock in robot mode. And he is actually very cool. So let us take a look at this guy. All this styling is very, very cool. One thing I actually have to say about it is that bright colors and everything else that actually goes into this guy, he actually really just becomes an amazing Dinobot figure and everything, you know? I love it. Let's bring you into this grill right over here. Look at this guy over here. He is beautiful, you know? Like, I love all of the silvering that's actually going on over here. Don't mind my hands, don't mind my hands. Nothing to see here. But let me tell you something, this silvering that is actually over here is really striking. It's probably one of the best uses of this color of silver that I've actually seen and everything. Plus, I'm actually loving the fact that they actually, you know, make the visor. They take the visor and they actually match it with the color on his body and everything, and that's actually very cool to me. I love this so much. We go into his arms right over here. I think the yellowing the yellow that's actually used over here might be a little different from the ones that are actually up on his upper arms and everything. And then down here we actually still have the same color matching and everything like that. So I don't know if that's the elements getting over to my Grimlock or anything like that, but like yours may vary and everything, but like this is actually very cool. Also, the fuchsia that's actually going on over here with the color over here to break it up a little bit. Just very choice colors over here. He actually still carries the black legs, but over here we actually still have like the same color striping that's actually going on in Dino mode. And then we actually have it over here, which is actually done in this really great metallic that actually matches along with this also and everything. I love this guy so much. He's actually really, really cool. And his posability actually follows as this. You can actually kind of like look 360 all around. He has a slight up, he actually has a major down look and everything. So he can look down on you as he's smiting you down to the ground. He has a twist right over here, 360 right on his waist. You can actually go all around. If you move the wings, you can pretty much get around uninhibited. You can actually move his wings back and forth and up and down. So that's actually great. You actually have like a mechanism that actually goes over here. I think it's actually on a hinge that's actually on the inside, so that's actually really nice. And one thing I like about this is that it doesn't really break up the look of the bot or anything like that when you're actually moving that out or anything like that. So that's great. The upper bicep swivel, he actually has a lot more than 90 degrees and everything right over here. So that's actually great. You actually have like a wrist rotation right over here, so that's actually very cool. You can actually kick all the way out to give everyone a big boot. You can actually kick all the way back just like this. That's actually really nice. He actually does come with super kung fu skills and everything, so you can actually kind of like splay his legs out like that, and that's actually really great. He actually comes with a 90-degree bend right over here. You actually have you have an ankle tilt right over here, and I still love this. I still love the fact that they don't break up the look of the bot over here or anything like that, because you actually have this little gear that's actually right on the inside, so that's really great. No tilt or flexion right over here, but you can actually bring down his heel right over here and everything, so that's actually really great. So all around, Grimlock is actually just a really, really cool bot. I love this guy. So all in all, G2 Super Saiyan Grimlock over here is actually really everything that you can actually want in a bot, and I love him. He's actually pretty awesome. Let's check out the weaponry. G2 Grimlock actually comes with this blaster right over here, and it's very, very cool. I really love it, and it's still the G1 blaster that he actually had in the beginning, and I just really love this blaster so much and everything. So you can actually put it into his hand and give him the equilibrium to actually negotiate hostilely with any enemy whatsoever out there and everything like that, and that's actually great. So he can actually negotiate with Insecticons and that sort of thing. But he actually has something else, and this is where Fire Tox actually comes in.
Me Grimlock needs Zinozone power now!
And with that being said, Grimlock actually has one of the best weapons I've ever seen for a Dinobot. If you know anything about this sword, this was actually something that Fire Tox was actually giving out on TFCon and everything, but I didn't know about anything that was actually going on at TFCon, and he actually kindly sent me out one of these and everything. It is such a great rendition of Grimlock's sword. Do you see how this actually gleams in the light here? It's so freaking ridiculously cool, and I love it so much. It is actually such a great rendition of his sword. I love the fact that it's actually designed like this. It's actually kind of like designed like a cutlass, or like kind of like a machete or something like that. And I love like the straight angles that he actually uses here and everything, which is actually very cool and very, very into what Grimlock actually is here as a Dinobot. I really love this thing so much. He's just so awesome, and I think that this power sword, along with everything else that he actually comes with here, makes a complete set and everything, and I love this so much. I can't thank you guys enough for sending me Grimlock and the powered sword and everything. And now I'm not exactly sure if I'm actually going to do any other upgrades. I probably might, because I love upgrades and everything on certain figures and everything, but this is actually so cool, just the way he is so far and everything like that. It's really nice. And just so you can actually see exactly what he looks like with his G1 counterpart and everything, they both look really awesome for different reasons and everything. I really love them both. I obviously didn't need the G2 Grimlock or anything like that, and was actually kind of like low-key thinking about not getting him whatsoever, but Ultra Megatronus actually came through and he said, bro, I've got one in my hand, and sent him over to me and everything like that. I really cannot thank you enough, buddy. You know, because like this guy is just so great. I'm so happy to actually have him in my collection and everything. And one day I will actually return the favor and everything. But like just seeing how these guys actually look together, it's so cool. I'm actually still leaving this Grimlock in with my G1 collection and everything, and I really cannot wait for Swoop to actually finally come into play. But this guy, I might have like some special places or something like that. I don't know. He might be like the guardian of my bedside or something, or he might like have to like have like a place of special notation and everything like that altogether, because this guy really, those colors, everything about this guy is actually so special, and I love him. Anyway, I'm actually going to give you some final thoughts. If you didn't realize it, I love this guy. I love him a lot. Anyway, back to final thoughts. And I'm gonna feed you, and I'm gonna take you out on walks, and and then with your sword and your blaster, we'll make all the bad guys go away. Oh, hi! So, Grimlock as I was actually saying, was actually a really cool character. I really love this guy so much and everything. He brings a lot of fun into the factor, and I love this guy. The colors are just striking. One thing I actually forgot to tell you about was where his primary Autobot symbol is actually located. It's actually right over here, and that's actually very cool. I love this all together. So like the Autobot symbol that's actually on the background, it doesn't really distract from anything else that's actually going on in here. So he's actually really cool. I love him. I love him so much. Any case, if you actually get a chance to get a G2 GRIMLOCK, get him in your collection. Get him. Now, this is actually coming pre anything else that I actually did. So you know I love my Dinobots and everything. And you know I'm actually making all of the upgrades. So like I actually have like souls on this guy right over here. I'm actually no less pretty much sure I'm actually going to do the same thing over here, because it's actually hella possibly cavernous over here and everything like that all together. But like I really love this guy. I love him so much. Again, thanks, bro. I really have it over here and everything like that. I love the fact that you actually sent it to me. I really think that this guy is actually awesome, and you're awesome for sending him over to me. Firetox, I really love the fact that you actually sent me this blade. This together is actually such a great gift and everything, and I can't thank you both enough. Thank you so much. In any case, I really hope that you all had fun with my exuberation over G2 GRIMLOCK, because I love this guy. I think that he's actually so awesome. He's actually like, he's just dynamite, and yeah, that's right, I said dynamite. He's dynamite in every single thing that he actually does. The colors are actually striking, and even if you actually think that there's like that your eyes are actually going to melt, let them melt at the awesomeness that is this guy and everything, you know? Go get him, and that's it for me. I really appreciate you all nerding out with me over this guy and everything, and on my trip through nerddom. I really appreciate each and every one of you for joining me once again. If you haven't gotten a chance to check me out over on Ultra Megatronus's channel, we actually all had like a talk last night and everything like that, so you could actually catch that live that we actually did and everything, and that was actually a lot of fun. So I really appreciate it. I appreciate you all for coming in and joining me once again. Mental health check time. Make sure that you're treating yourselves exceptionally. Make sure you treat each other exceptionally. Love is always the answer, and make sure that you bring that to each and every person, including yourselves, all around the whole entire multiverse, and through like all the earth, and through the Hades and heaven and every place else that you can actually think of. If you're thinking ethereally, awesome. If you're not, and you're actually kind of like more routed in like just solid things, bring that love there too and everything. Make sure you bring that all around and back over to HQ, because I could always use them myself and everything. As always, when these stop being magical, that's when I'll stop collecting. I look forward to talking to each and every one of you soon.